Alright, this video I'm going to talk about Manny Pacquiao, what I like about Manny Pacquiao. Recently I just saw, a few videos on some boxers, and then I decided to type in like the greatest boxers of all time, and then a bunch of pictures popped up of some great boxers. And the first picture that popped up was Muhammad Ali. Second picture popped up is Floyd Mayweather. Third picture is Sugar Ray Robinson, and then Joe Louis, and then Mike Tyson, and then Manny Pacquiao, and then Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, George Foreman, Rocky Marciano, Joe Frazier. So those are the pictures that popped up, and that's right in front of me right now. Now, I was never been like a huge boxing fan, or never really been like big into Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I know of him. I've just seen a few fights with him. But I've always, of course, admired Muhammad Ali, and I've started to really appreciate Floyd Mayweather. I really like Floyd Mayweather's boxing style, and I like how he's undefeated. I like how Floyd Mayweather is not that big of a person. But if you type in Floyd Mayweather, it says that he's 5'8" and 151 pounds. Alright. Now, Bruce Lee was about 5'7", 5'7" and a half. So he's like the same. Floyd Mayweather is about the same height as Bruce Lee. Okay. It says right now Floyd Mayweather was 151 pounds. Bruce Lee died at around 125 pounds. Alright, so if we type in Manny Pacquiao, it says that he's 5'5" and 144 pounds. And that's what kind of drew me, because he is exactly the same height as me. Like, I'm 5'5", and I weigh pretty much exactly that weight. I weigh 145 pounds as well. He weighs 144. And on top of that, he is Asian. And I'm Asian as well. And, he might not be Chinese, he's Filipino, but the fact is, he's Asian. And there's no other Asian boxer in history that I've seen that has gotten the amount of praise and respect that he has gotten in the boxing world. You look at all these people that are considered the greats. Muhammad Ali's black, Floyd Mayweather's black, Sugar Ray Robinson's black, Joe Louis is black, Mike Tyson is black, and here you got Manny Pacquiao. He's the only Asian there. Sugar Ray Robinson's black, or Sugar Ray Leonard's black. Roberto Duran, sounds like he's more Hispanic. George Foreman is black. Rocky Marciano looks like he's Italian, and then you got Joe Frazier black. And I just think that, to me, it's a big, he's Asian, he's the same height, same weight, and then he's gotten to this level in boxing to gain this type of respect. I think that's a big thing. And if people wanted to say that he's the Bruce Lee of boxing, I wouldn't be offended, because he is Asian. He's the only Asian in boxing that has gotten to that respect. And he is around the size of Bruce Lee. And there's a few photos out there of him where I've seen where he actually even looks like Bruce Lee. There's a photo out there with him where he was flexing. I think he had jeans on, and he was all ripped up, and he even looked like Bruce Lee. And that to me is a big thing, because you don't see many Asian influences especially in the sporting world. I mean, you got Bruce Lee for the martial arts, but in boxing's been around for so long, and there hasn't even been one Asian person that is highly respected in the boxing world. And that, to me, for him to get to this level is a big thing. The only thing that's sad is that he did lose, on record. They said that he lost. Um, they said that he lost. Let me see. He said that he lost 6 times, but I think a lot of those were like split decisions, where it could have went either way. It says that he won 59 and he lost 6. He lost 6, 3 by knockout, 3 by decision. Okay, and it would have been nice if he had a flawless record, like how like how Mayweather has a flawless record. It would have been nice to see that, but nevertheless, he still has gained an immense amount of respect in the boxing world, and I think that's a great thing that I wanted to point out, because even though I never really talk about him much, finding out this extra information is getting me to open my eyes to see and appreciate, his talent and his skill and what he has done to a greater level. Like Floyd Mayweather's great as well, but I mean, you see so many other great boxers that are black that are just as great as him. I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard was a great boxer, and to me, he fought very similar to Floyd Mayweather, and the only difference is his record is not flawless. He lost 3 times, but that's still really good. Sugar Ray Leonard only lost 3 times. He won 36 times, and his boxing style, I really liked his boxing style. And Sugar Ray Leonard was 27-0, and then he fought Roberto Duran, but Roberto Duran was a very talented boxer himself. He lost, and then he came back and won against him. And then his last 2 losses were at the end of his career. He was 36-1, and then he lost 2 times, and then he retired. But what I'm basically saying is that there's just so many talented black boxers that you could be inspired by. I mean, if you're a black person, you could be like, hey, you could be inspired by Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Joe Louis, Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Robinson, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Sugar Ray Leonard. It just goes on and on. Endless amount of black athletes to be inspired by. But how many Asian boxers can you even see to draw inspiration from? There's no one except for Manny Pacquiao. And I think that's a great accomplishment for him, not just for the Philippines and the Filipino people, but just all Asians in general. And even though he's not Chinese, the fact of the matter is he is Asian, and it just brings up the respect for all Asians all over the world. When you have an Asian boxer that has achieved such a high level of development in such a tough sport, it kind of gives respect for all Asian people, and I think that that's kind of like what Bruce Lee was representing within Hollywood, and I think Manny Pacquiao is representing that within the boxing world. So even though I wish that he would have been undefeated like Floyd Mayweather, but even though he's not undefeated, it's clear to the people out there, they know that he's a very talented boxer, and just on top of that, knowing that he is, the same size, same height as myself, it just kind of puts me in a position, to really analyze his technique and his abilities in order to bring that out within the martial arts, because Bruce Lee was unique because he was not a big person, only 5'7", but yet Pacquiao is even smaller than Bruce Lee, and then he was able to reach such a high level of development in boxing. And Bruce Lee was a great person to learn from because he was around my size, and then learning from somebody who is around your size and even looks like you, it kind of makes it easier for you to have the skills that he has developed become a part of you. And I think the same could be done with Pacquiao. You know, Floyd Mayweather as well, you know, because Floyd Mayweather is only 5'8", so he's only 3 inches taller than Pacquiao, and they both are amazing boxers. Muhammad Ali was a great boxer, but he was 6'3", you know, and not a lot of us will have the, you know, we're not going to be that tall. So it really doesn't make sense for me to box like Muhammad Ali when I'm not even close to being his height or size, you know. But when you got somebody like Pacquiao and Mayweather who are around your height, your size, you can see that, hey, you know, they have been able to become successful in their sport at this size, at your own size. Then you see that, hey, you know, I can build the same type of successes within my own path, kind of emulating what they do. And you know, he's also highly fit, which is a big plus. You know, so that's what I want to give props to. And you know, he's going to be one of the people that I will start mentioning more often, to remind people, you know, that he is somebody that could be seen as a positive influence towards your development. You know, obviously I always mention Bruce Lee, but I think people need other types of inspirations, you know, other types of people to draw inspirations from. And I do obviously promote Floyd Mayweather. I promote Muhammad Ali. I really like Mike Tyson as well. But I think I'm going to start mentioning Manny Pacquiao as well more often, because I really feel that he's somebody to look up to as well.